What's up, y'all? Cam that guy here, back once again with another YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? So in today's YouTube video, I'm going to be doing why am I waiting to a marriage? Okay. Now I'm saying this is an interesting video. I actually, you know what I'm saying, I just want to speak on this because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm in a new year and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to, you know what I'm saying, just lay out some foundation. You know what I'm saying? Kind of talk about shit. You know what I'm saying, that needs to be spoken on a YouTube channel. Granted, you know what I'm saying, I'm not sure if y'all know this, but this YouTube channel might be coming to a stop if people keep fucking with my videos and audios and editing shit out. This YouTube video might be coming to a stop. Granted, you know what I'm saying, I mean, it's not heavy editing, but you know, sometimes little words get tweaked or they might edit a scene out or something like that. People that got my phone has, I'm like, okay, if this shit keep happening, I think I need to lay off YouTube. I don't know why, but that's like, I don't know why y'all doing that for. You know what I'm saying? That ain't right. You know what I mean? But anyways, I want to go ahead and get into this video. All right, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. So today's video is why am I waiting to a marriage? You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and begin on this, right? So why am I waiting to a marriage and the process of me from when I first started having sex and all the way up until now, my mindset on women, all that other shit, right? So this is gonna be today's video. I want to speak on my experience and all that other shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So I want to begin to. It's kind of just I'm kind of just gonna do like a timeline, a story time leading all the way up to why I'm waiting to a marriage, and all that in between. You know what I'm saying? So look, we can begin like this. So I am first started putting myself out there towards women until I transferred to a public school. So in other words, until I transferred to a real big school. That's when I started putting myself out there towards women. Simply because, you know what I'm saying, me in my younger days, I wasn't really interested in women. Not saying, you know what I'm saying, I was gay or, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third, but like, I didn't start, going out my way to approach women until like 11th grade, right? Back in 10th or ninth or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? I mean, girls weren't really trying to get at me anyway, you know what I'm saying? There's only like a few girls that actually like wanted to genuinely talk to me or like learn something about me. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, I was never one to really talk to girls, be around girls, this, that, and the third. I was mostly around guys or by myself, you know what I'm saying? But back at 10th, ninth, you know what I'm saying, in middle school and stuff like that, there were girls that, actually wanted to talk to me and learn some information about me type shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But it was just sort of lines of like, okay, at this time period, I wasn't really like interested in like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have the mindset to try to like, you know what I'm saying, relationship with a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't on my mind at that young age. That didn't became my mindset till I went into, the new big high school when I transferred over there. You know what I'm saying? That's when I really started doing that type of stuff. It just that's when my body felt like the time was right. You know what I'm saying? To get sexual. You know what I'm saying? But back then, that was not my mindset, right? So yeah, so I can, you know what I'm saying, just begin like that, you know what I'm saying? So once, you know what I'm saying, I transferred this stuff, that's when, you know what I'm saying, I got the, when you just look around and stuff, I'm like, okay, this is what a real school looks like, you know what I'm saying? This is what it feels like. This big as hell, a lot of different classes, a lot of people on campus, all that in between. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, I'm interested in networking, trying to get some guy acquaintances, trying to get some girl acquaintances, all that in between, right? You know what I'm saying? So, I'm trying to network with guys, you know what I'm saying? It's not really a problem with me networking with guys. I just gotta, especially around this time period. Now I'm like hated and envy, so it ain't gonna really work, you know what I'm saying? But back then, you know what I'm saying, it was relatively simple for me to network with a guy, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say it was simple, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was brand spanking new, so it was kind of like, anybody was kind of like, they'll talk to me just to fill me out type shit. It's either do they want to go through with continue with talking with me or not, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, around the time period when I was at this big high school, I was like, there was a, I was sort of around a different group of guys, you know what I'm saying, just to try to see like, okay, who is a group that could kind of like fill me out, that could kind of accept me and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to network, I'm trying to make new friends and shit, you know what I'm saying? All that other shit, right? You know what I mean? But it was kind of like when I was doing it was like guys, they didn't, men, it's like the boys, they weren't really feeling me, man. Like it will work in the beginning, but then toward the end, it will be something on the lines of they do something fucked up where I just gotta leave or they just not feeling me, so they just distance themselves. All that in between, you know what I'm saying? That's just kind of how it was, you know what I'm saying? Um, so it was just kind of like difficult to really find like that guy I can go to, like that man I can go to, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? This is somebody like I can depend on. This is somebody I can talk to on a day-to-day basis about anything. This is somebody I can hang around morning and lunch. Or if something out the ordinary happened, like an event, I could be around this guy, you know what I'm saying? I could rely on this guy. I could go off campus with this guy. I didn't have that buddy in high school, right? You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? I had to, you know what I'm saying, like, I was just, all over the place. I was all over the place, or I was either alone, you know what I'm saying, type shit. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it was, right? But that's not the topic of this video. The topic of this video is why am I waiting to marriage? So it's going to be more pertaining towards women. But I thought I'd throw this in the video, right? But anyway, so when I first got to the high school, right? I mean, there were a few girls I did approach, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a whole bunch. But I would say this, you know what I'm saying? I did more my 12th grade year versus my 11th grade year simply just because I gained more confidence just as I got older, you know what I'm saying? As, I just matured and shit. And I got a little bit more desperate and stuff like that as far as like, okay, I really need to try to see if something can work for me. But it's kind of on the lines of when you get rejected, it ruins your confidence to continue keep approaching women, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's sort of the lines of, and at this time I didn't know I was famous or hacked or anything. So it's like, okay, these girls were under a spell the whole time. It's not my fault, it's their fault. It has nothing to do with me type shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wasn't an ugly guy. I knew how to dress. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my grades weren't up to par, but that was the only issue. I mean, I was cool. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was getting by. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm in fucking high school. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It just simply, those girls were under a spell and they were told not to fuck with me. Simple shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, there were a few girls I approached and shit, and it will either go like this. You know what I'm saying? It will go like, okay, I go on my way to talk to a girl, right? You know what I'm saying? I try to go and talk to them. It's either gonna go like this. It's either I talk to them, they either gonna be like, okay, they go. It depends how I approach. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, let's say, let's say I'm trying to get a number, right? I think there was probably like a few girls I tried to get their number, right? So I try to go out there and get their number. They'll either go say, oh, I have a boyfriend, or I'm not interested, or they won't give it to me, or something like that. And once that happens, that's the end of the situation, right? I never speak. I'm never speaking to that bitch again, right? If I go on my way, dude, like or I'm trying to get your Instagram or whatever the case may be. If I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Just because when you see a girl, right? It's kind of like you don't really see them often, right? So let's say you see a person, you're trying to get to know them. The best way to get to know them is to get their social media, right? Simply because I ain't got no class with this girl, right? How else I'm supposed to get to know her? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I mean, the best way to go about that situation is to simply get their contact information, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's, what I did. I didn't do it a whole lot in high school, but I did it a few times in high school just simply because that's the best way to go about, you know what I'm saying, getting to know somebody, you know what I'm saying? You don't really see them a whole bunch of times to where you can like get to know them. So you gotta go the social media route, right? You know what I mean? Or the, virtual connection route, you know what I'm saying? But there are a few girls I did see often, right, that even turned me down, right? For example, you know what I'm saying? There was this girl, you know what I'm saying, in my neighborhood or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I tried to talk to her or whatever, whatnot. It was so, like, confusing, you know what I'm saying, to understand that situation. I mean, this was, like, one of the, like, worst situations I've ever been. Oh, my goodness. It deteriorated me mentally because I didn't understand the situation, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I tried talking to her. It didn't work. Then she gave me signals like if she wanted me to talk to her, but it was like, I tried talking to her a lot. But now all of a sudden she wanted me to talk to her. But when I sent somebody out to kind of like put me down, she said she wasn't interested. Then a couple of days later, she's showing interest as if she is interested. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It makes it seem like, you know what I mean, it's kind of like a, you know what I'm saying, this bitch just want my attention or some shit, you know what I'm saying? It's not really, you know what I mean, something that, you know, I want to really, you know what I mean? That was one of the most like weirdest, oddest situations I ever been put in as far as like a girl, you know what I'm saying? I never been, that was the only situation where I had a girl do something like that to me before, you know what I mean? Um, uh, and then, you know, just girls that, you know, like me the 11th grade year, but didn't like me the 12th grade year. You know what I'm saying? So this girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, I try to talk to 11th grade, well, girls I try to get at me 11th grade year. I wasn't really interested in them. 12th grade year, I decided to show a little bit more, like, interest because, like I said, I matured. You know what I'm saying? All that other stuff, I'm starting to become more, excuse me, I'm starting to become more interested in women, right? And then as I did it, they're not interested in me. So it's like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? You changed, you know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Also, you know what I'm saying? There are girls that tried to get at me during the high school time period, but it was sort of on the lines of like, okay, this girl talks to a lot of guys, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? I don't know if I want to, you know what I'm saying, just, you know what I mean, go on with this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a slut. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if I could go back in time, I probably, you know what I'm saying, would have, you know what I'm saying, still went on with it. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I could have connected with this girl. Could have, you know, she could have had some, you know what I'm saying, authentic friends. I could have connected with one of them. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, could have got my first girlfriend and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? You never know how shit could have been. But it was just sort of lines of, you got a peer of yours telling me, look, you got a train ran on you, or you suck three dicks or something like that. This, that, and the third. When you hear that shit, it's like, okay, I'm not interested in really, like, you know what I'm saying, being your friend. You know what I'm saying? I just mean being honest. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't want to. At this time period, it was like I'm not really interested in, like, you know what I'm saying, socializing with a girl that's just out there all over the place. You know what I'm saying? That was just, and this always been my mindset for as long as can be. You know what I'm saying? For as long as like middle school. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's different degrees of being a slut or whatever the case may be, but some degrees I can tolerate. But just at this time period, when you hear shit like that, it's like, I'm not comfortable in like really socializing with you like that. You know what I'm saying? But when you take it into consideration, you know what I'm saying, like I said earlier, how hard it is for me to get girls to talk to me to begin with, because there were hoes all around that school, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You could probably say about 40 to 50% of the girls there were pure hoes, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? But it was just sort of the lines of, probably higher than that. But it was sort of just on the lines of, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, girls don't normally go out of their way to like talk to me, right? You know what I'm saying? So it was like when I think back on it, I'm like, man, there was a few girls at this high school that really like tried to talk to me on a day to day basis, and I regret not accepting them and trying to like try to connect with them. And like I said, they could have connected me to other girls, and shit would have been better for me. I would have had a better social life. You know what I'm saying? But it just sort of lines up, at this time period, it was like, you know what I mean? That just wasn't on my mind. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't on my mind to go through with that process. You know what I'm saying? So, all in all, you know what I'm saying, about my high school experience, basically what I'm saying is it was like, the girls I wanted to talk to in high school did not want me, but the girls that wanted to talk to me in high school, I did not want. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. You see what I'm saying? So it was like, why is this happening to me? I don't understand it. When the whole time in reality, I need to choose people who choose me. You know what I'm saying? I know off rip now with the knowledge I have now, if a girl chooses me, like a genuine girl actually chooses me, despite her being a slut or not, as long as she's not like a top tier slut, that lets me know she got free will. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, at this time, I didn't know I was having exposed. I didn't know I had all this, attention, all that other stuff. I didn't know that at this time, right? But I know off rip, if a girl is choosing me on every day or every other day, I know she got a free will. You know what I'm saying? I know she's not like the other girls who just pretend and all that other shit, right? Or keep it hidden or jealous or some shit. I know like she actually has a free will. You know what I mean? So, really I need to, you know what I'm saying, if a girl's choosing me like that, you know what I'm saying, I know I need to, you know what I'm saying, I know I need to connect with her, but at this time, I didn't have that knowledge to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I do regret. But, you know what I'm saying, it's like it is what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's my high school story. You know what I mean? Now, let's get into my job arc, you know what I'm saying, as far as like let's get into like losing my virginity and stuff, right? You know, this is where that's gonna get crucial. All right. So I lost my virginity at 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? It was in January. I lost it to this girl online. You know what I'm saying? She went through with the process. You know what I'm saying? She was testing bad. She was down for it, whatever the case may be, right? Now, at this time, I was very, very nervous. You know what I'm saying? I was very nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know whether I should use a condom or not. I should use a condom. You know what I mean? All that in between. You know what I'm saying? It was just a really, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just going with the flow, hoping for the best situation. I'm rolling the dice. Like I just hope this shit work out for me. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up testing her, all that other stuff. I talked on the phone with her, and it's crazy because you know when I went about this situation, she almost didn't go through with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I low key had to like you know what I'm saying make some like I felt as if she was like kind of hesitant. You know what I'm saying? But thankfully she did go through with it. But I felt like she was kind of like you know what I mean? Because I was supposed to go at nighttime, right? But if something was preventing me from going at nighttime, I'm not sure if it was on my end or her end, right? So I ended up coming in the morning, you know what I'm saying, wherever the case may be, right? You know what I mean? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into the storyline of the virginity. I'm not going to tell the story of it. But to summarize, you know what I'm saying? Um, Once I lost my virginity, that's when it was like I became addicted to sex. It was like the worst thing ever. You know what I'm saying? When I lost my virginity, I said I need to keep doing this over and over and over. I can't get enough of it, right? So it's like once I lost my virginity, it was like I need to keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? It was like I can't. You know what I'm saying? Because it was my first time ever feeling something like that, right? You know what I'm saying? And then, but the girl that took my virginity didn't give no fucks, you know what I'm saying, about my feelings and nothing like that. But it was like once you feel that experience, it's like, it's kind of like, okay. And then, not to even mention the fact at this time period, I was down bad. Like, I was really desperate for like a girl's attention, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was on a fucking online dating app. Because it's like, I can't find bitches in real life to fuck with me. I'm not in college and all like that. I can't get no job, all that in between. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm on my last leg, like you know what I'm saying. Like that's the reason why I'm doing this, right? You know, I just want some affection and attention and shit like that, right? So that's the reason why I'm on this fucking dating app to begin with and shit. And then I look at that, I use that shit just for like, just for like hookups and shit like that. And I was so fucked up back then, you know what I'm saying. I'm glad I'm not that same individual, you know what I mean. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. I'm a totally different person now. But anyway. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I was fucking on different bitches and shit like that. It wasn't toward like the end of my sex era is when, you know what I'm saying, I became easier at detachment, right? Because I would low-key get kind of attached, you know what I'm saying, when I have sex with a girl. You know what I'm saying? Just because it was so hard for me to have sex to begin with. You know what I'm saying? I low-key would get attached, you know what I'm saying, all that other stuff. It wasn't toward like the later end of me having sex where it became easier to kind of detach and forget about the person, you know what I'm saying? But granted, the girls were spellbinded, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm basically fucking a man, you know what I mean? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So this video's getting a little bit. I don't want this video to be too long, so I gotta kind of speed things up. So, what made me go ahead and wait till marriage, right? I had an awakening as far as like, okay, I'm a Christian and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. You know what I'm saying? To be hooking up, fucking on bitches. You know what I'm saying? While a condom. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and there. When you have sex, according to my religion, which is Christian, you supposed to use it to be fruitful and multiply. You're not for that. You're not supposed to have sex for a feeling, right? You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to have sex just to have it. You're supposed to have sex to produce kids and all that other shit in between. Um, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, one reason I'm waiting till marriage, right? Just because of my religion and shit. You know, I believe in the Bible and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, it's a sin to lust for different women and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a sin to have sex before marriage. Like, all this shit's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So, one reason why I'm waiting till marriage. Another reason why is because, okay, I know how my body is, you know what I'm saying? I know how I get, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, okay, this, that, and they're like, it was great for me to stop. Like, there was a time I figured out I got hacked, right? While I was working at Home Depot. I figured out I got hacked and shit. You know what I'm saying? You would think, you know what I'm saying? Once I figured out I got hacked, you know what I'm saying? I had somebody DM me, I had somebody text me. I could have had sex with one of the girls at Home Depot. You know what I'm saying? Because of what some guy told me about information with her. If I would have went through with doing that, doing the I don't know what term you want to use, a prostitute exchange. I could have had sex with one of those girls at Home Depot, right? But I did not go through with it just simply because it was like I was trying to turn her into like a girlfriend, not like just a somebody just to have sex with. But that didn't work out well for me. And I'm glad it didn't because I figured out I was hacked and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It was like okay, you know what I'm saying? Uh yeah, like there was times I figured I got hacked. I could have still went with the process of still having sex too until, you know, I just ran out of money type shit, you know what I'm saying? Or to this day, like, you know what I'm saying, I can accumulate enough, like, I still get paid and shit, you know what I'm saying, and just that and third, like, it's kind of like, you know, on a situation where, like, I could have still kept having sex when I figured I had 2023. I could have kept having sex all the way to like the end of that year because I was still getting money even without the job. Home Depot was still sending me money type shit, and I was getting money from my dad and shit like that. So it was like I could have kept having sex probably to like to the end to like the end of that year. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just off the money I get from my dad, and I would have, you know, use my money accordingly as far as like, you know, because Home Depot was sending me like $300 checks, $400 checks with me quitting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even working there. You know what I'm saying? Because they was trying to get me to come back and say, I said, look, I ain't coming back. And I said that in one of my old videos. I said, keep sending me money, but I ain't coming back. You know, you fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? You're not finna play with me. You know what I'm saying? You're not finna. What the fuck did this job do? I don't even remember, man. It's like this job. I think it was messing up on my hours or something like that, or as far as my clocking and shit like that. You know what I mean? And then they took my availability off the schedule, like because I missed a day at Home Depot. They took my schedule off the app, and that shit pissed me off. It's like, why are you doing that for, you idiot? You know what I'm saying? Just because I missed a day, you erase my schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's just slavery. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of shit that was going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, fuck this job. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't give a fuck you sending me these checks or not. I will get me another job, and that's what I was trying to do at the time period. Like, they were sending me checks, but I was looking for another job, but nobody wanted to take a chance with me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm not in control over my life. You know what I'm saying? But story for another day. You know what I mean? But anyway, uh, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So they was sending me checks and stuff. I'm like, you know, there was at this time period, there's times I could have still been having sex with girls and shit, with these prostitutes and shit. But I said, you know what? I came to awakening where okay, let me not do this. Let me wait till marriage. I know how I get. I don't want to lose money over shit like that. I don't want to catch STDs. Is the main important reason, right? STDs are a serious thing. You know what I'm saying? It is a serious thing that people need to be aware of. Okay? You know what I mean? STDs are real. You see what I'm saying? I want people to know that. Like, there's a lot of dirty people out here that don't get tested, don't give a fuck about their inside, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't get introduced to STDs until I don't remember. I can't give you a time period, but until you know whenever I you know what I'm saying my brain ain't working right now, right? But I remember the people who burned me, you know what I'm saying, and that was terrible, you know what I'm saying. Especially the first time I got burned. The first time I thought I got burned, I thought my life was coming to an end. Second time I'm like, okay, I've been through this before. But when the second time it happened, it was like, okay, maybe I should stop having sex. I still continue to have sex just because it was like fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It was just like, I was such an animal at this time period. You know what I'm saying? It was like, bro, I'm gonna keep trying so I can get a bitch to fuck with me, but no bitch wanted to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I can't get a bitch to fuck with me, show affection and attention to me, all that other shit. And, you know, just part of the reason why, just because, you know, you got my living situation, all that other shit. I didn't know I was hacked, the shit I've been doing. And then ultimately them just being spellbinded. You know what I'm saying? All that plays a role, right? You know what I mean? But, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, um, you know, it was just a process, you know what I'm saying? What was hard for me was to stop jacking off, right? Stop jacking off was really, really hard. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I should not have completely withdrawn from it, but I know there's still like a chance I could get brought back to life. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard for me to get aroused like how I used to. Like back then, I was able to get aroused damn near off anything. You know what I'm saying? Now I can't really get aroused like that. It takes something kind of out the ordinary to get me aroused, right? To get me hard or whatever term you want to use. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? Now I can see a naked bitch on the street, you know what I'm saying? I will not get hard, you know what I mean? It's not as far as like what I see physical, it's like what is the meaning of what I'm seeing that's making me like this? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I don't even get hard off of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you kind of get put in that situation and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I'm looking to try to get me, you know what I'm saying, some pills and shit, but I don't feel like I need to take that yet unless I'm getting ready to start back having sex again. I don't know when the fuck that gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But I made myself not available and single and shit just because I've been through a lot as far as like that process while I went through my prostitute stage, like renting girls and shit. You know what I mean? All that other shit. I've been through a phase where so I've been through a lot. I lost a lot of money, scammed. Uh, Feelings got messed up a little bit. It's kind of like okay, you know what I'm saying. You learn a lot about yourself and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like what I mean. I know like what's best for me is to wait till marriage because especially now. I mean, I went a whole year without having sex. I know if I have sex now, like the first girl that takes my virginity, so that I'm having conscious sex with, I know I'm gonna get attached to that girl, right? So it's kind of like what I'm saying. I know that I need to make sure what I'm saying, like what I mean. I do shit right and shit, what I'm saying, because I haven't had sex in a year, what I mean. Conscious sex. I'm not talking about right to my sleep. I'm talking about sex when I know what I'm doing, like I'm awake, like I know what I'm doing type shit. I haven't had that in over a year. You know what I'm saying? So I know, what I'm saying, like the next girl I have sex with, it gotta be the wife. Just simply because of my religious beliefs, my personal beliefs, and all that in between that I raised playing this video. Um, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's just, the best route for me to go. But how I overcame this lust sensation was just simply, I just had an awakening. You know what I'm saying? I said, look, what I mean, I'm not going to keep blowing money. I'm not finna risk catching an STD. I'm hacked and exposed, and I figured out that I'm hacked and exposed. You know what I'm saying? All that shit plays a role, and that's what ultimately stopped me, you know what I'm saying, from doing my wild back in the day activities. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to become different and shit. But what I wish I would not have stopped doing was jacking off. I'm gonna be honest because I can't even jack myself off like how I used to. Like there was a point in time I tried to jack off. I tried to start back jacking off. I only did it one time and I forced myself to the max. I said, you know what, this is a problem. You know what I'm saying? I can't even get hard no more. You know what I mean? And that was after 6 months I took a break from jacking off, right? So I was like, okay, I can't get myself hard at will anymore. This is an issue. You know what I mean? So it's like it's gonna come to the lines of, you know what I'm saying? When the time is right, I gotta take some pills and shit, and I'll get better right. But if it's something that means a lot to me, it could get me aroused. You know, so it's something that can make me that's something like out the ordinary that means something to me. It could get me aroused, but if I just see a regular naked bitch, I'm not getting aroused. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean. But that's pretty much the end of this video. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make this video too long. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and shit. And if you did, you know what I'm saying, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, you know what I'm saying. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Chemnut Guy is signing out. Yeah.